Everyone, please let me know whether the screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. Good morning to all of you. How are you all?
Mm,
Yeah, good morning, good morning. I was though not even aware of the fact that we have a class. Suddenly, the things popped up and I realized, okay, today Wednesday, sir told me that he's not taking the class, so I have to take. So, okay, anyways, no issues. So, now we are going to start with the chapter called Audit in Automated Environment regarding the SA 240 that is called the fraud and the responsibilities of auditor relating the fraud. We'll do that in the evening. Okay, why? Because that is common for the old syllabus as well as the new syllabus, but here we are going to do it only what audit in automated environment, everyone. So what about this chapter? How this chapter is going to deal with you and what this chapter is going to give you? It's a very simple chapter, everyone. It is just that some technicalities are there, and in this chapter most of the things you have to mug up only, right? Or not, some things are there which you need to mug up. Are you getting the point? Basically, what do you mean by audit in automated environment? It's a very simple thing. So if we'll take an example of Amazon, everyone, if we'll take an example of Amazon. Now, in the Amazon or the companies like Flipkart, if we carefully analyze in the companies like Amazon and Flipkart, what happens? 100% of the operations, 100% of their operations are offline or online. They're completely what? Online. Are you getting the point? Let's say, for example, order, from the order to delivery to the return to the refund. Are you getting the point? Each and everything is what? Online. Are you getting the point? You see the things also online. You order the things also online. You see, what do you see? Delivery also will take place. Like you have the different types of delivery. If the size is not fitting you, if the things are defective, then you can do the refund and replacement also online. Everything is online. They will pick up from your home. They will deliver it at your home. Everything, each and everything is going online. So there comes the need of the audit of automated environment, everyone. Now, how audit of automated environment is going to help you in this case? Here, you have to ensure that you are doing the audit of accounting. You have to do the audit of accounting which has taken place offline or online, which has taken place online. Did you get the point? So, when the client is using the computer system, when the client is using the online platform to maintain his books of accounts. So at the same point of time, it is the auditor's responsibility also to conduct the audit in a which environment? Automated environment. But obviously, if you want to do the audit in automated environment, you have to be very much proficient in which skills, everyone? Computer skills. Are you getting the point? You should know how to use the computers. You should know the knowledge of various accounting softwares. You should know various auditing tools also. So that is what basically the gist of this particular chapter, which we are going to have an understanding of. Clear, everyone? So this is what the idea behind this chapter. So what this chapter is going to teach us, ki if we have been appointed as an auditor of the companies like Amazon or Flipkart or any online platform where the online things are taking place at that point of time, how we are going to do the audit in a automated environment. So first of all, let us understand the definition of the word called automated environment. What do you mean by automated environment? An automated environment basically refers to business environment where the processes, operations, accountings, and even decisions are carried out by using the computer systems. Are you getting the point? So, what do you mean by automated environment? It is an environment, it is a business environment where its processes, operations, and accounting means what? How to process the things, the total operations from A to Z, and the total accounting. Even decisions are also taken automatically. What do you mean by decisions are taken automatically? Can I say that it is known as artificial intelligence? Now, sometimes, say for example, when you are going for registering a complaint on the Amazon or Flipkart, do you sometimes see that automatically uh, there will be one chat box where automatically questions will come. You will select those questions, automatically answers will come from the questions, another questions, from the questions, another questions. Is there any executive sitting on the other side who is asking you the questions, or it is completely automated environment in that case? Tell me, everyone. Like, say for example, we call sometimes to the customer care. Do we get the IVR system or not? Press 1 for that, press 2 for this, press 3 for that, press 4 for that. Are you getting the point? So all that decision making also are taking place what? Automatically. So not only the process, not only the operations, not only the accounting, even the decisions nowadays are also being taken place in an automated environment with the use of which system, everyone? Computerized system. So you might have done, if you have a Kotak bank account, or if you have a ICICI bank account, if you want to register a complaint, why there is a deduction of amount, or why there is a deduction of amount in my debit card or credit card. Immediately when you will go to the customer care, when you will press that button, automatically the automated version of computer will come in front of you. How may I help you? Okay, he will give you 7 8 options. You will click that option, automatically the other question will pop up, and again like that, one by one, one by one, one by one, each and every question will keep on coming up. So nowadays automated environment is so huge that today's practicing CA must be DISA in India to do the audit in automated environments. Now, say for example, nowadays, if I have to tell you, 100% of the companies, not only 90%, 100% of the companies are maintaining their books of accounts in a which format, everyone? Automated format. So, until and unless you're not a diploma holder, you should be a diploma holder in information system audit. That is what the full form of DISA. And there is one another course also called CISA, which is the big brother of DISA. You can't say big brother, it's a father of DISA, because CISA stands for Certificate in Information System Audit, right or not? So if you are the DISA or the CISA, then it will be very easy for you to understand how to do the audit of those organizations which are operating their processes, operating their businesses, operating their operations, operating their decisions, operating their accounting completely in a which environment? Automated environment. So what is the definition of automated environment, everyone? I hope all of you understood. So an automated environment basically refers to a business environment where the processes, where the decisions, where the businesses, where the operations and the decisions all are taken by using the which computers? By using the computer systems, also known as information system, also known as information technology. And nowadays it is very common to see the computer system being used in almost every type of business. Now, let's take an example of your ATM transaction only. Now, I think 90% of your operations nowadays either can be done on an ATM or it can be done on the mobile app. Do you all agree with that? Write in the comment box. Now, if you have an mobile app, if you have a bank mobile app, now can you place the order for the new credit card or the new debit card to be delivered at your home? Yes. Can you place the order for the DD? Yes, you can place the order for the demand draft also, and the bank official will come and deliver you the demand draft. Can you do the RTGS? Yes. Can you do the online transfers? Everything today is possible in the what? In the automated environment. Clear, everyone? So banking transactions are also now in the ATM also. You can go to the ATM, you can change your password, you can change your ATM password online also. You can book the tickets, you can make the flight tickets, everything, each and everything which is required in our banking operations on daily basis is completely and 100% possible by making the use of what? By making the use of mobile apps or by making the use of automated environment. I think most of you though might have been more than 1 year You might not have gone to your bank branch also. Are you getting the point? Because everything is now associated with Google Pay, Phone Pay, everything is there. So total nowadays you can say that your 60 to 70% of the life is completely what? Digitized. Are you getting the point? It's completely what? Automated. Therefore, it becomes very important for the chartered accountants also, if they want to survive in the market, they should have the knowledge how to do the audit in an automated environment, in a computerized way, and in the electronic way. Did you all understand the introduction of the chapter? Yes, everyone. So this is what the definition of automated environment. So what do you mean by automated environment? Sir, it is a business environment where all the processes, where all the operations, where all the what do you say, accounting, and where all the decisions events are all taking out by using the computer systems. So this is what do you mean by automated environment definition. Now, next thing. What are the features of automated environment? First of all, understand this point. The fundamental principle of an automated environment is the ability to carry out business with less manual intervention and more system driven. The complexity of the business environment depends upon the level of automation. If a business environment is more automated, it is likely to be more complex. Do you all agree with this whole paragraph? Just read this paragraph and let me know if any doubt is there. The more and more automation you will use in your business, the more and more your business will going to be complex. It's a very simple thing. Let me ask you the difference between manual audit and computer audit. Everyone, let me ask you the difference between the manual audit and computer audit. What is the difference between both of them? Where the visibility of the starting of the transaction till the end of the transaction is there, where there is no visibility of the starting to end of the transaction. Tell me, everyone. Where you can identify the item right from the starting point to the ending point, where you can't. Tell me, everyone. Somebody please unmute and let me know. In which audit the audit visibility is there and in which audit the visibility is not there? Tell me. Anyone can give me the answer?
So in manual audit, it's visible.
In manual audit, it is visible. So tell me, my friend, what's your name?
So Gautam,
Okay, Gautam, please tell me, can you start tracing the transaction right from the
yes, sir.
journal to ledger, ledger to the trial balance to trading, P&L and balance sheet? Am I correct or not?
Yes, sir.
But can you do the same thing in the computer audit?
No, sir.
Possible or not possible? No. So audit trial, we call it as audit trial, where we can see the starting point and ending point. We can call it as an audit trial. Audit trial is visible in case of what? Manual audit, and it is completely invisible in case of what? Computer audit. And second difference, where do we use the normal languages and where do we use the technical computer languages? Obviously, here the computer languages are going to be used like Java, right or not? Like Java, all those C++, all these languages are going to be used. Is there any use of any computer language? No use of computer language. But tell me one thing, which one is more time consuming? Which one is more time consuming, everyone?
Manual.
Manual audit is time consuming, whereas the computer audit is less time consuming. I'm not saying that it is not time consuming, it is time consuming, but it is less time consuming. Are you getting the point? Your all calculations and everything will be done in an automated way. But the most important point I'm going to ask you, which one is easy to be done, which one is complex to be done? Manual audit is easy to be done. Why easy to be done? Because it's a simple accounting knowledge. If you have, you can do the manual audit. Whereas in the computer audit, it is little bit complex. Until unless you don't have the knowledge of the software which your client is using, you can't do this audit properly. It means here the help of the employees of the staff or the people of the company are required more. So it is complex in nature. These are the major, differences which you generally find between the manual audit and computer audit. Now, after this only, you just read this paragraph. Now, what this paragraph is saying, Fundamental principle of the automated environment is the ability to carry out the business with the less manual intervention, okay, where the manual intervention will be very less and more system driven, okay, more and more of the systems will be utilized. The complexity of the business environment depends upon the level of automation. The more and more your business environment is automated, the more and more it is going to be what? Complex. Are you getting the point? Zyada se zyada, the more and more you will do the transactions online, the more and more your operations are automated, the more and more it will be complex to be audited. Why? Because you can say that ki until and unless today's chartered accountant is not meeting the pace of automated environment, he cannot survive in the market. How many of you agree with me? If today's chartered accountant does not meet his requirement of computer skills, can he do the audit or he cannot do the audit? Tell me, everyone. He can't even survive in the market. You know that? That is what the example they are giving. If a company uses an integrated enterprise resource planning system, which we generally call it as ERP, like SAP and Oracle, etc., then it is considered more complex to do an audit. On the other hand, if the company is using the off-the-shelf accounting software, then it is likely to be less automated, hence complex, less complex environment. So I will ask you a very simple thing. How many of you know about the BAN software? Anybody knows about the BAN? If somebody is having a knowledge about the BAN, please let me know. Or write in the comment box if you don't know. Anybody is having the knowledge of BAN software? No. Okay. No. Gautam is also saying no. Division. Okay. No, no, no. Okay. How many of you have the knowledge of Tele? Have you heard of or do you have the knowledge of Tele? Yes or no? So here itself only we understood. You tell me one thing. BAN is a very reputed and the biggest and the most complex software or accounting. It is a complex software of what? Accounting. Now tell me one thing, none of you is having the knowledge of BAN. Therefore, will it be easy for you to do the audit or it will be difficult for you to do the audit? If your client is using the BAN software, will it be easy for you to do the audit or difficult for you to do the audit? It will be difficult. And if your client is using the less automated software that is called Tele, which is very, user friendly, then in that case it will be more complex or less complex?
Less complex.
Very less complex to do the audit. That is what they are trying to tell you in the whole paragraph here on the left side. I hope all of you understood. So simply they are saying that the more and more your business environment is automated, the more and more it is going to be complex. Why? Because more and more automated means what? More and more manual intervention or less and less manual intervention? Less and less manual intervention. And wherever the manual intervention will be less, it will be quite complex for you to do an audit for. I hope all of you understood the point or not. But at the same point of time, what are the advantages and what are the features of the computerized environment? What are the advantages of the automated environment? Does it make your business operations a little bit faster? Yes or no? Keep on writing yes or no. Does it make your business operations a little bit faster? Yes, it makes your operations little bit faster. Will you be getting the more accuracy in the data processing? Yes, you will be getting the more accuracy in the data processing. Will you be able to process the large volume of transaction in a less period of time? Yes. Acha, tell me one thing. Will there be better? I will come to the point number 4 later on, everyone. I will come to the point number 4 later on. Will there be better security and control if it is a computerized system? Your manual books of accounts can be easily, copied or it can be easily, being theft and stolen. But your books of accounts which are maintained in now today, if I am keeping my classes in the Google Drive and I put a lock on my Google Drive, can anybody access my classes? If I'll put my classes after recording on the Google Drive, instead in my computer, I put it on a cloud computing in a Google Drive. Can anybody have an access over my classes without my permission? No. So can I have a better security and better control due to the automated environment? Yes. It is less prone to the human errors. Obviously, if the calculation will be done by the human or if the calculation will be done by the computer, where you will get the less intervention, where you will get the less errors. Obviously, you will get the less errors in the computerized environment. It provides what? Latest information. It provides the latest information, more connectivity, and more networking capabilities are also there. Are you getting the point? Now, I did not tell you the point number 4. What is the meaning of the point number 4? Trying to understand. Just give me 1 second, everyone. Give me 1 second. Okay. Am I visible again? Please let me know. Yeah. So we were talking about the features of the automated environment. So obviously, faster business operations will be there. Accuracy in the data processing will be there. Just give me 1 second. My dog is creating a noise now. Uh, I'm really very sorry for the disturbance, guys. Oh, anyways, okay. So automated environments helps us in faster, busy operations. It helps us in accuracy of data processing. It helps us in processing the large volume of transaction, better security, better control, less prone to the human errors, provides the latest information. What do you mean by provides the latest information? Whether the softwares will automatically keep on getting updated or not? Yes or no? Whatever the new features will come in the software, all those things will keep on updated, and new things will be in a position to do that. And next most important thing, connectivity and network capabilities. We can connect a simple software to the different areas. Are you getting the point or not? We can have an integrated system also. Whatever is getting updated in my system, it is automatically getting updated in the other system. So these are the advantages. But there is one advantage I did not tell you about. Fourth point. What is that fourth point? Integration between the business operations. See, there might be a possibility of human error when we talk about the two business operations. Say, for example, there is one marketing department. There is one marketing department. Are you getting the point? Where 100 employees are there. There is one marketing department where 100 employees are there. And there is one production department where 1 lakh units have been produced. So there is a marketing department where the 100 human force is there, and there is one production department where the 1 lakh units have been produced. Now each human can sell only 100 items. Each human has a capacity to market only what? 100 items. So tell me how much marketing the whole human or whole marketing department can do. Each human can do the 100 items of marketing. How much marketing the whole department can do? 10,000 only. Very nice. 10,000 units only can be marketed by them. But how much production department has produced, everyone? How much production department has produced? 1 lakh it has produced. Now tell me, is the marketing department sufficient as compared to the production department? Is marketing department sufficient as compared to the production department? Answer is no. Are you getting the point? It means produced units are more than what can be sold. Am I correct or not? Is it a wastage of the time, money, raw material, everything or not? Yes, because you can only sell 10,000 items, but you are producing how many items? 1 lakh items. So tell me, is there an integration between these two departments or not an integration? There was no integration. There was no connection between these two departments. There might be a ego problem between the marketing department and production department. They were not talking to each other. Production department kept on producing and marketing department is doing the selling on its own. But tell me one thing, if it will be a computerized automated environment, whether marketing department and production department, they will be connected with each other or not? If it is a computerized environment, will there be a connection between the marketing department and production department or not? Yes. So marketing department first only will tell to the production department कि we have the 100 employees, don't produce the 1 lakh units. The production department also will reduce its production from 1 lakh unit to 10,000 units or not? Yes. So tell me one thing, where it is better? Is it better in the manual departments or it is better in the integration between the business operations? If there's a good integration between the business operations, whether the less and less wastage, less and less spoilage will take place or not? Yes or no, everyone? Yes. So that is what the advantage number 4, everyone. So these are the various features of what? Automated environment. So is there any doubt on the page number 2 as well? So on the page number 1 and page number 2, is there any kind of doubt or no doubt? No doubt at all. So we all understood that more and more the automated your business environment will be, the more and more it will be complex to be handled. And what are the 8 advantages if you have to tell me? Just quickly one word. First of all, faster business operations, process of huge volume of transactions, accuracy in data processing, less human intervention, latest information, more connectivity networking, and integration between the business processes, better security and control. I hope all of you understood this concept. Yes or no? It's not that difficult chapter, but it is just that you should know there are some technical things which are going to come. You have to make sure that you are mugging those things up, because there's no reason behind those technical softwares which we are going to talk about. It is just that you have to remember those names. Clear, everyone? Now, moving to the next point, whether the information technology plays a very important role in our audit. Whether information technology plays an important role in our audit? Yes, it does play an important role in our audit. That is a very common question generally what they ask you in the examination. What is the relevance of information technology in an audit environment? Are you getting the point? Now see, when a business operates in more automated environment, it is likely that we will see several business functions and activities happening within the system. Consider the following. Point number 1. So when the softwares are being used in the accounting, so many things will be taking place at one point of time. What is the point number 1? Computation, calculations are automatically carried out. Do you all agree with that? Say yes or no. Computation and calculations will be automatically calculated. Once if I'll put the rates of depreciation loaded in my software, whether automatically the depreciation for the yearly basis will be automatically calculated. Once I will put the information of GST in my software, whether automatically whatever the bills of sales and purchase I will put, automatically a GST will be calculated. Am I correct or not? Yes or no, everyone? Yes. So computations and calculations are automatically calculated. For example, bank interest computation and inventory valuation. Now tell me one thing. If my Tally ERP system knows that inventory should be valued as per the cost or NRV, whichever is lower, or weighted average method, or whatever the various methods have been installed in that software, whether my inventory valuation also will be calculated or not. Or if I'll put the information as if bank loan is at the rate of 9%. Now throughout the year, automatically it will keep on calculating the interest calculations or not? Yes. So that is what the role of information technology in our audit. So what is the rule number 1? Computations and calculations are automatically carried out. How many of you agree with that? Yes or no? Clear or not? Point number 1. Done. So this is what the relevance of the, what do you say, IT in our information technology. Second thing, accounting entries are posted automatically. Accounting entries are posted automatically. It's a very simple thing, guys. What is the journal entry of the sales? debtors account debited to sales. So when I'll put the entry of the debtors account debited to sales, now tell me, automatically my debtors in the asset and sales in the trading account will be automatically updated or not? Yes or no? Or do I have to go to each and every account individually and have to update it? Tell me one thing. Automatically or manually it will be updated? Automatically it will be updated. So accounting entries are posted what? Automatically. So that is the relevance number 2 of the IT in our audit. Point number 3. Business policies, procedures, including internal controls, are applied automatically. For example, delegation of authority for general approvals, customer credit limit checks are performed automatically. Acha, suppose in my software, I have given one instruction कि if any debtor is not making the payment within 30 days, if is delaying beyond 30 days, next time, if I'll put the credit entry for the same debtor, automatically the error should come. Now tell me whether I can do this kind of instruction in my software or not. If any customer who is not paying me the money within 30 days, are you getting the point? Beyond 30 days, if he is paying, then the error should come in front of my software कि don't give the credit sales to this customer, chances of bad debts are there. Now tell me, that kind of instruction I can put in my software or not? Yes or no? Automatically, the my software will do the test checking of all the debtors, and those debtors who have cleared their money within 30 days, they'll be eligible to get the credit sales next time. And those debtors who have not cleared their money within 30 days, will they be eligible or they will be automatically cancelled? They will be automatically cancelled, and automatically the error will come on my software. Okay, this customer has paid you the money, last money in the 45 days. So think twice before making the credit sale to this person. Am I correct or not? So tell me whether the business policies and procedures and internal controls and securities will be automatically applied or not. Did you get the point or not? Everyone, tell me. So this is what do you mean by the three roles of the IT in our audit. Point number 1, computations and calculations will be done automatically. Accounting entries will be posted automatically. Internal controls and the business policies and procedures will be carried out what? Automatically. Next one. Reports used in the business are produced from the systems, management, and other stakeholders relies on this report and information produced. For example, debtors aging report. Now tell me, in the tele software, those who know how to operate the tele software, they will agree with me. In the tele software, if I want to know the debtors which are outstanding for less than 180 days and debtors who are outstanding for more than 180 days, can we do this kind of filter? Tell me everyone. In the tele software, can we have a filter like I wanted debtors which are outstanding for more than 180 days and debtors which are outstanding for less than 180 days? Can I have this filter of debtors in the tele software? I need an answer. Yes or no? Yes, I can have this kind of filter. So whatever the report will be generated by my tele software, whether that report will be used by the management with doubt or without any doubt. Who has generated that report? Is it a manual report or is it an automated report? Tell me everyone. Is it a manual or automated? Automated. So where the less chances of human error are there? In the manual or automated? Automated. So definitely the more trust and confidence you will have in the automated report or not. Yes. So reports in the business can also be generated automatically. Yes or no? Yes. Next one. User access and security are controlled by assigning system roles to the users. Acha, everyone, please tell me, uh, in your computer, if you are using any laptop or if you are using any desktop, can you put a password to your folder which only you can operate in your computer? If your computer or laptop is being used by so many family members in the house, can you put a password to the particular software or particular folder which is your personal folder so that other person can't access it or not? Yes or no? Can I do the same things in my software? If suppose I'm a sales manager for half an hour, I went to the lunch break and one of the employee in my sales department is a very, what do you say, a fraudulent minded person. He thought that ki sir went for the lunch, he will go to the sir's computer and will do some manipulation in the entry. Can I put the controls in my computer so that if somebody will try to log into my computer, I will automatically come to know? Yes or no? Yes or no? Like if somebody wants to access my Google Drive also, to the people to whom I give the access to my Google Drive, if their mails are coming to me, कि they want to access, then I have to press yes button, then only they can access my classes. If I'll press the no button, can they have an access to my classes or no? No. So can we put the access controls and security controls via IT system in our audit or not? Yes or no? Correct, everyone? So tell me, everyone, what are the 5 relevance of the IT in our audit? What are the 5 relevance of IT in our audit? Tell me one thing. Point number one, calculations and computations. Manually done or automatically? Automatically. Second one, accounting entries will be posted manually or automatically? Automatically. Third one, internal controls. Internal controls, business policies, and procedures will be conducted automatically or not? Did I tell you the same example for automatically? If the debtor has crossed 30 days, he will not be, one error will come that no credit sale should be made to this debtor. Am I correct or not? Can I give that kind of instructions also in my software? Yes. Next point, reports will be generated automatically. Reports will be generated automatically. And what is the last one? User access and security controls. Tell me, is there any doubt in any of these 5 relevance of information technology in our audit, everyone? Please let me know. If there is any doubt, calculations and computations can be done automatically. Accounting entries can be done automatically. Internal controls, business policies, and procedures can be carried out automatically. Reports can be generated automatically, and user access and system controls can also be done automatically. So, what is the common thing you have to add in all these 5 points? What is the common thing you have to add in all these 5 points? What is the word I commonly used in all these 5 points, everyone? Write in the comment box. Yes. Very nice. The word which I use is automatically. Did you get the point or not? Remember to use this word here, 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 and here. And your 4 and 5 points answer will always be ready. Now tell me, is it looking a little bit easier now? Yes or no? It is just that you have to understand, read the sentence carefully. Automatically, you will understand what the lawmaker is trying to tell you about the automated environment. Clear, everyone? So far, the technical things have not come. It is easygoing chapter only so far. Let's see. Now, companies derive companies derive benefit from the use of IT system as an enabler to support various services, business operations, and activities. Auditor needs to understand the relevance of IT system to an audit of financial system. It is true that use of IT systems and automation benefit the business by making operations more accurate, more reliable, more effective, and more efficient. Such systems also introduce certain new risks, including IT specific risks, which needs to be considered, accessed, and addressed by the management. Acha, tell me, everyone, advantages. So we have learned a lot about the automated environment. Can anybody tell me some disadvantages of automated environment? What kind of disadvantages you will get in the automated environment? Tell me, everyone. Try to give me 1 or 2 disadvantages. Whatever the disadvantages coming in your mind, which the computerized environment or automated environment can generate, it will be welcomed. Doesn't matter whether it is correct or not. Yes, very nice. Gautam, complexity, very nice. Complexity means what? You should have the knowledge of computer knowledge. Then only you can do the computer audit or not. Yes, that is what you are trying to tell, Gautam. until unless you don't have the good knowledge in the computer languages. Okay, complexity, very well. Complexity. Anybody else? Complexity. Anybody? What is the another kind of disadvantage you can tell me? What other disadvantages the automated environment will be having? Waiting for your reply. Complexity is the one which is said by the Gautam. What is next? Tell me everyone. If you are not taking the backup, there's a risk of losing the data also or not? Is there a risk of losing data? Yes or no? Yes. Is there any risk of hacking? If your control systems are not good, is there any risk of hacking also? Yes, there's a risk of hacking. Next, next. Anything else? Anything else? Acha, is there any risk of breakdown? That is nothing but losing the data only. Risk of breakdown also? Yes or no? Suddenly, if your computer breakdowns and you have not shifted your C drive to the D drive, E drive, or F drive, now tell me, will you be able to recover in case you are going to format your computer? Tell me, when we format our computer, do we lose all the softwares, everything which is already being pre-installed on the computer or not? That is what has happened to me day before yesterday also when I did not take your class. That is what the same reason I told to the sir or not. It was getting formatted. My whole computer was breakdown at that point of time. So all these softwares, whatever you are seeing right now, is being again installed again. So these are the various general risks. So can I say that automated environment is completely safe or it is also full of risks? Tell me, is it completely safe or it is also having the risk? No doubt it makes your operations more accurate. No doubt it makes your operations more reliable, right or not? No doubt it makes your operations more faster, more efficient, and more what? Effective. But at the same point of time, these are the disadvantages also which comes with the automated environment or not? Yes. So management should consider them or management should ignore these risks. Tell me, management should consider these risks or management should ignore these risks? Just a simple answer. Consider or ignore? Should consider. Are you getting the point? So remember one thing. If you are making your environment completely automated, you always have to consider the various risk also associated with that, right or not? So here comes the next topic which we are going to do. Next point. To the extent that it is relevant to an audit of financial statement, even auditors are required to understand, access, and respond to such risks that arise from the use of IT system. So it means not only the management should understand the risks which are arising from the IT system, auditor should also know, because who is going to do the audit? Is it the management going to do the audit or auditor? Auditor. So more knowledge of the risk should be given to whom? Or who should have the more knowledge of the risks associated with the automated environment? The auditor should have the more risk knowledge of the risk associated with the automated environment. Next point. In an audit of financial statement, the primary focus is around those risks that are relevant to the financial reporting. However, there could be other non-audit assurance engagements that auditor may be involved, wherein the area of focus could include those IT risks relevant to the company's compliance and business operations in addition to the financial reporting risk. Example, such non-audit assurance engagements are internal audit, IT audits, pre-implementation reviews, data migration audits, and third-party assurance. Now remember one thing, in future, whenever you will do the audit of the big companies, suppose in the future you become a practicing CA, and whenever you will start doing the audit of the listed entities, remember one thing, your audit is completely not at all possible without internal audit. Your audit will be completely not at all possible without which audit? It will not be possible without internal audit. It will not be possible without, you know, you can say that IT audit. Remember one thing, those companies which are specially using the big softwares or whose environment is completely automated, they have to conduct the IT audit, information technology audit on themselves. And what do you mean by data migration audit? Say, for example, we are migrating from the old software to the new software. How the old data has been migrated or transferred to the new software, that audit is also required to be done. If whether there are any difficulties came while migrating the software or not. Are you getting the point? Third party assurance. What do you mean by third party assurance audit? Means a third party, neither me nor the management. I am the auditor and the management. Neither I will do any audit nor the management will do any audit. The third party will be hired and the third party will tell the auditor and the management whether the software is appropriate or not. Are you understanding the extent of audit when it comes to the automated environment or not? The automated environment audit is not always about auditing the financial aspects of the entity. उसमें तुम्हारा major focus should be कि whether the IT environment, information technology used by the client is efficient and effective or not, whether it is full of risk or less risk or there. Obviously, risk is something which cannot be eliminated. Either you have the world's best software, risks will always be there. But auditor is interested in elimination of risk or reduction of risk. Tell me everyone. Auditor is interested in elimination of risk or reduction of risk. Tell me in the comment box. Elimination of risk is the auditor's objective or reduction of the risk is the auditor's objective. Tell me everyone. Yes, reduction. Because risk can be eliminated or cannot be. Risk can never be what? Eliminated. It can only be what? Reduced. And how the auditor will reduce his risk? By checking the internal audit report, by checking the IT audit report, by checking the third party reference, by checking the data migration audit report, by checking the pre-implementation reviews report. If before implementing this software, what are the difficulties the management faced? So on the basis of these 4-5 reports, will I also come to know about the risk profile of my client's IT system or not? Tell me everyone. Now, internal auditor did the audit only at the end of the year or throughout the year? Who was operating the computers of my client throughout the year? Tell me. Me or internal auditor? Tell me. Who was operating the systems of my client throughout the year? Either it was the external auditor or it was the internal auditor. Internal auditor. So tell me one thing, who is having the better knowledge about the IT system of my client? Internal auditor. So whether his report also will be useful to me? Yes. Whether the IT auditor report also will be useful to me? Yes. Whether the pre-implementation reviews and data migration audit reports also will be useful to me? Yes. So remember one thing, auditor should not only suddenly start doing the audit. He have to first make sure that he is having the proper knowledge of computerized risks or automated environment risk under which he is going to do an audit. Crystal clear everyone? Yes or no? समझ में आया पूरा? Did you all understand what I'm trying to tell? So internal auditor report, IT audit report, pre-implementation report, data migration report, third-party assurance reports. These are the various reports which are going to help me. Right? Next one. With the introduction of the Companies Act 2013, there's a greater emphasis given to the internal financial controls from regulatory point of view. Directors and TCWG, including board of are responsible for implementation of internal control framework within the company. The auditor's responsibility now includes reporting on internal controls over the financial reporting, which includes understanding the IT environment of the company and relevant risk of the company. We'll learn more about the IFC in the further sections of the chapter. So what they are saying is that nowadays auditor is just not only concerned about the normal manual internal controls. He should also have the understanding of the IT control or IT environment system of the company, right? In some of the situations, it is likely that carrying out the audit using the traditional substantive audit procedure may be difficult, even not feasible, if the company prepares records, conducts majority of business activities through IT system only. Now tell me one thing, even though you have 40 years of experience in the auditing line, but if you have that experience in the manual audit, whether that experience is useful in case of doing the IT audit or it is completely zero in case of doing the IT audit. Tell me, manual audit is similar as IT audit or it is completely different? Even though you have a lot of experience in doing the manual audit, but remember one thing, your experience will become zero when you will start doing the IT audits, because IT audits may, you do not have the knowledge of IT environment of your client. Like, tell me one thing, in the audit planning program and execution chapter, may we all have understood. Now tell me, what do you mean by planning? Planning means acquiring the knowledge of the client's business or not? Tell me one thing, what do you mean by planning? Is planning understand the acquiring the knowledge of client's business? Yes or no? Same is the case here. When you are planning your automated environment audit, you don't only have to acquire the knowledge of client's business, you have to acquire the knowledge of client's IT environment also. If you think that the client's IT environment is beyond your control or beyond your access or beyond your knowledge, make sure that you are taking the necessary help in that case. Hire the experts in that case. That is the reason I will suggest to each and every one of you who is listening to my class, after getting qualified, do mandatorily one course called DISA. At least if you want to survive in India as a practicing CA, doing DISA is mandatory. Diploma in Information System Audit. Otherwise, you will never be able to survive this particular type of audits in your future. And future is all about what? IT environment. Now today you can see that everything is online. Even our classes are also online now. Now who thought one and a half year back that there will be classes like this also? Maximum Google Drive classes were going on in the market where we were recording and we were selling the Google Drive and pen drive. Are you getting? But nowadays, can we have today also the face-to-face classes, not being physically present in the class, but at least on the computer or not? You all are sitting in front of your laptops. I'm sitting in front of my desktop and my setup, and we are having a face-to-face class. Now tell me, is my face visible? Is my screen visible? What we generally do in the face-to-face class, each and everything is possible or not? Tell me, yes or no? It's all possible because of what? It's all possible because of what? IT environment. Now I also learned the same, how to operate the Zoom, how to put the, now 2 days before only Raja sir was asking me, sir, how you are displaying your screen. Now tell me, whatever the other classes are going on in your institute right now, whether they are able to display like this, what I'm displaying to you. Tell me everyone. Are they able to display like this, what I'm displaying to you?
No, sir.
So that is what, these are the some of the things you have to understand. If you want to survive in the market, you have to do the different things. How I am displaying is the same method what they can also display. But the thing is that they might be having the knowledge, they might not be having the knowledge. So it's been last one and a half year I'm taking the online classes. So I know that how to display these things in front of you. Are you getting the point or not? So this is how the auditor should also have the knowledge of IT environment in case you want to do the automated environment audit. Your traditional approach of doing the audit is completely useless or completely useful here? Traditional way of doing the audit is completely useful here or useless here? It is completely useless here. You don't have the knowledge of IT environment. You don't know the knowledge of your IT environment of your client. You can't do the audit. As simple as that. I hope all of you agree with me. Understood everyone? Yes. Next point. On the other hand, many companies may use less complex IT systems, including desktop-based accounting or spreadsheets. In such situation, relevance of IT to an audit could be less. However, the auditor is still required to carry out at least an understanding of IT environment of the company and documents the same. Now, how many of you have the knowledge of MS Office? Please write in the comment box. Yes, if you have the knowledge of MS Office. I'm not talking about only knowledge of typing the things and making the Excel sheet. I'm talking about the perfect knowledge of MS Office where the formulas can be used on all those things. Okay, Gautam is saying, Devadarshini is saying. Now, Devadarshini and Gautam, do you know how to operate MS Excel also properly? Yes or no? Yes. So, you, according to your answer, I assume that yes, you have the knowledge. But at the same point of time, Tell me one thing, even if your client is using a simple software like Tally, or if your client is using a simple accounting software like Tally, still you should have the knowledge of IT environment of your client, or it will be treated as manual audit. Tell me everyone. Tell me Gautam. Even if your client is using the simple software of Tally, will it be, you will be calling it as a manual audit, or still it will be treated as a automated in audit only? Obviously, software is not that much complex. Obviously, software is very much easy. But even though it is easy, it is automated or not? Yes, it is
Yes, sir.
automated. So being an automated, having a means your knowledge of the automated environment will increase according to the complex software used by your client. So even if your client is using the easy and the simple software, you still should have the knowledge of IT environment of your client. Even though less knowledge is required, but knowledge is definitely required. Clear or not, everyone? Yes. Another area where the IT can be relevant to the audit is by using the data analytics, using the computer assisted audit techniques. By using data analytics, it is possible to improve the effectiveness and efficiency of an audit. Now, tell me, everyone, what do you mean by data analytics? Do you remember I told you that regarding the data analytics, we'll understand more in the audit sampling chapter? I already told you about the data analytics, but I told you there itself only we are going to talk about the data analytics in a detailed manner in a which chapter? Automated environment. If some of you remember, you please, I think you will agree with me. At that point of time, I told you, what do you mean by data analytics? Where everyone, data analytics are nothing but the various kind of software tools which are available with the auditor. Those softwares, when he applies on the client's accounting softwares, he will come to about various filtered information which he is really looking for. So data analytics is basically acquiring the useless information or helpful information, taking out the helpful information, taking out the useful information from the garbage of information. Say for example, 100 items are there in your client's register, but out of that 100 items which I am looking for, how I will come to know? I will come to know by using the softwares called what? Data analytics. And data analytics softwares are known as CART techniques, everyone. What do you mean by CART techniques? Computer assisted audit techniques, or it is also known as computer aided audit techniques. So what are the CART techniques? CART techniques are nothing but the auditing softwares, auditing softwares which are available in the market. So if I have to tell you, if you remember, I already told you the example of that auditing softwares like Scarf, like Snapshot, data analytics, data mining, and you can there is one software called RAID. Anybody is having any knowledge about the RAID software? If anybody can update me on the RAID software, what does the RAID software means? If anybody is having the knowledge of RAID software, what is the RAID software all about? Anybody? If you have no knowledge, then I'll tell you. Don't worry. What is RAID software? No knowledge? Okay. Now, let me tell you. The RAID software is a card technique by which, suppose my client is there and he has deleted some of the entries from his, accounting software, so that when the auditor is coming, he or she will not come to know about those entries. Whether clients do these kind of frauds or not? Yes or no? Before the auditor will come, they will tell to their accountant, okay, remove this entry, otherwise it will attract the attention of the auditor. Is it generally happens in the client's place or not? Yes. What I can do is I can use my RAID software on my client's accounting software, and RAID software will automatically give me all those deleted entries made by my client. Did you get the point or not? Basically, what do you mean by RAID, everyone? In general language, when we talk about the RAID, what do you understand by the word called RAID? Tell me, what do you understand by the term called RAID? In generally, when we use the word called RAID, what is the first thing comes to your mind? RAID is generally, when we use the word called RAID, whether the income tax department comes to your mind or not. Income tax department raids the people who are disclosing the income or not disclosing the income. Not disclosing the income. So by putting the raid, do they tear off each and everything in their house and take out the hidden jewelry, hidden cash, and everything or not? Are you understanding what I'm saying? Same is the case auditor is doing. Auditor is using the RAID software on the client's accounting software. And on the basis of that, he's able to get the hidden or deleted entries which my client thought that I will not come to know. But did I come to retrieve those items or not? Yes, with the help of the software called what? RAID software. I hope all of you understood what I'm trying to tell. Yes or no? Crystal clear, everyone? Yes. Now, from the above, we can see that the IT is relevant to an audit under different situation. Either it is audit or non-audit or meeting regulatory compliances requirements. We will learn more about the understanding the risk controls and documentation in the further sections of the chapter. Clear or not? Okay. Now, next point, everyone. Risk and controls in the automated environment. That is a major topic. Risks and controls in the automated environment. Till what time I have to take your class, guys? Is it up to 9? Please confirm. Is it up to 9? I think after 9 you all might be having the office, right? Okay. So we still have half an hour. So let's see whether we can complete one or two risks or not. Now, risk and control in the automated environment, right? Now, remember one thing. Whenever you are obtaining the understanding of the client's automated environment, there are various things which you always should keep in mind. What are the things you should keep in mind? What kind of information system being used by your client? What is the purpose of that software which your client is using? What is the location of the IT systems? How this software is architected? What is the version of that software? What are the interfaces of the software? Is it an in-house software? What do you mean by in-house? Did you make it or you got it from outside? That is called packaged. Or are you doing this activity by the outsourcing or not? What do you mean by outsourcing? Say for example, Tata Steels is there. Now Tata Steels के employees का जो salary है, whatever the salary the employees are getting, Tata Steels is not paying. It is being paid by the Carvis. Now what is Carvis? Carvis having a service agreement with the Tata Steels. Their total payroll department of the Tata Steels is being handled by whom? Carvis. Carvis will tell to the Tata, okay, your 160 crore rupees of salaries has to be paid. So Tata will simply transfer the 160 crore rupees to the Carvis. Carvis will distribute the salaries to the employees of the Tatas. So basically, Tata is only paying, but Tata has outsourced what? Tata has outsourced its payroll department to the Carvis. That is called outsourced activities. So are you maintaining the software or your software is being maintained by somebody else? And who are the key persons who are handling that software? These are the 9 things which you should always have a knowledge of whenever you are talking about the computerized automated environment of your client. And I already told you these are the things which you have to mug up, everyone. Are you getting the point? So these 9, sir. 9. You want me to explain ninth point? You want me to explain ninth point? Devadarshini, you want me to explain the ninth point? Yes. Ninth point is who is the person who is handling that software? Who is the main person? Who is the key person who is handling that software? Who is having the authority to run that software? Are you getting the point or not? Say for example, sales software is there. Will you be giving the access to every sales employee or you will be giving the access to the sales manager only? Tell me. Will you be giving the access to every employee in the sales department or you will be giving the access to the one sales manager only? Tell me if it is a sales software you are using. Obviously, you will be giving the access to the limited people only. Am I correct or not, Devadarshini? Yes? So who are the key persons who are going to handle that software? That is what I'm talking about here. Are you getting the point? So which information system you are using? What is the purpose of that information system you are using? What is the location of the IT systems you are using? What is the architecture? What is the version? I'll give you the practical examples also. What are the interfaces? Is it in-house you made it, or it is bought from the outside, or are you operating, or you have given it to the outsource? And who are the key persons? Like say for example, you can see that example here. Now you all know SA230 or not? Everyone, do you all know SA230 or not? SA230 is all about what? Audit documentation. In the audit documentation, how many types of files do we maintain, everyone? How many files do we maintain? Do we maintain the two types of file? Permanent audit working file and temporary audit working file. Do we make the note of each and everything, or do we make a document of each and everything which my client is doing? Yes or no? So yes, that is what the 9 things you make a document of. Now say for example, my client is using a SAFT software. So what is the name of the software? Information system being used. Point number one is SAP. What is the version? ECC 60 EHPS. This is not something which you have to remember. I'm just telling the example only. What is the purpose of this software? Accounting, supply chain, production. It means in this software, accounting, supply chain, and production is being taken care of. What is the location of this software? It is a software which is built up in Texas, USA, United States of America. Who has done the architecture of this software? Client server Unix, MS SQL, and servers 2008. Interfaces within the system. Paymaster. Are you getting the point? In-house or packaged? You have not made this software. You bought it from US, therefore it is packaged. Are you doing this software or you outsource it? Nothing is written. It means only you are taking care of that software. Who is the key person who is having the access to that software? Chief Information Officer and Administrator. In scope, yes. Now, whether this software is useful to you, is it going to be helpful to you? Is it in your scope? Answer is yes. So this is how the various examples have been given. Did you all understand what what I was trying to tell you in the 9 points, everyone? So these 9 points are being given here. This is how we document it. If anyone is having a doubt, please ask me the doubt by unmuting yourself. I will explain it again. If anyone is having a doubt, if no doubt, write the word CC, and these are the remaining examples which you have to learn on your own. Just an example to make you understand. Are you getting the point? So what are the 9 things we always have to understand? Information system we used, purpose, location, version, architecture, key person. Are you getting the point? In-house or packaged, outsourced, and interfaces. Now, everyone, I wrote it once. You also help me in doing that. Tell me what are the 9 things we have to remember? Point number one. Write in the comment box, or somebody please unmute who wants to say. What are the 9 things? Information systems we are using, means which kind of software you are using. Point number two. What is the purpose of that software? For what purpose we are using it? Point number three. What is the version of that software? Point number four. Who is the architecture? Means where this software, who has made this software. Point number five. What is the location of that software, like US, Texas. Point number six, everyone. In-house software or what? In-house or was in-house or packaged? Yes, in-house or packaged. Yes. 7. Interfaces. How many people are using these softwares? Point number 8. Key persons. And point number 9. Outsourced. Clear, everyone? Yes or no? So just remember these 9 words. Whenever you are checking the software which your client is using, these are the 9 things you have to document. These are the 9 things you have to document as per SA. Filling the blanks. As per SA, tell me, as per which SA? You have to document all that as per SA 230. And what is the extra thing you have to document? 10th point, everyone. Whether this software is in scope or not. What do you mean by in scope? Whether the client is using that software or not. Let us see the second example. Now see, um, okay, Paymaster version is 5.3. What is the purpose? It takes care of payrolls. Where this software location is Gurgaon, it is made in Gurgaon in India. How this software can be run? It can be web-based software, Windows, Apache, Oracle 11g. Interfaces, SAP or Ascent. In-house or packaged. Outsourced, yes, they have outsourced is to payroll processed at ADP. Means ADP is a company which is taking care of their payroll process. So obviously when it is outsourced, do you have the key persons in your organization who are using it? When the whole software is outsourced, everyone, anyone is using in your company? No. So therefore nothing is written in the key software. Yes, it is in the scope. Now what is the next software? Accent. What is the Accent? What is the version 2? What is the Acha, tell me one thing, guys. Appraisal is within your scope of audit. To whom the company is giving the appraisal, to whom the company is giving the promotion, to whom the company is giving the demotion, is it within your scope to check that, or it is outside your scope? Tell me, everyone. To whom the company is giving the appraisal, to whom the company is not giving the appraisal, is it within your scope to check or outside your scope to check? Quickly, need an answer. Write in the comment box, jaldi. Outside the scope. Okay, Gautam. Everyone, please write the answer. To whom the company is giving the promotion, to whom the company is not giving the promotion. Is it the auditor's concern or it is not at all the auditor's concern? It is not at all the auditor's concern. That's why in the scope, what is the answer we have written? Yes or no? We have written the no answer. Yes, very nice, everyone. So I hope you all understood these 10 things which you have to remember. Yes or no? Did you all understand? So these are the various things you have to document as per SA 230. Yes, my friend, tell me. Any doubt? No. Okay. So somebody was trying to say something. I think I interrupted in between. Somebody was trying to say something. Any doubt, my friend? Okay. So if in case you have any doubt, please let me know. Okay. Now, Acha, tell me everyone, what is MIS? What is MIS? Management Information System. Am I correct or not? So tell me, Management Information System reports are within your scope or are outside your scope? What kind of management decision they are taking, whether they are taking decision for the purchase, sales and all. Is it within your scope or outside your scope? Again, please tell me, is it management concern or it is auditor's concern? Tell me your answer. Again, it is the management concern. Again, are you getting the point? So it is again within your scope or not within your scope? No, Pooja, it is outside your scope. Why it is outside your scope? Because these are MIS reports which the management keeps on generating on daily basis. And daily basis where management is interested in business operations, not auditor. I hope you clarified, Pooja. Yes or no? So this is what intentionally I gave you the 4 examples so that you,
நீங்க
yes.
உதர்னீங்களா? தண்ணி மேல இருந்து வந்தது, தண்ணியா என்னன்னு தெரியல.
Tamil is very nice language. Very good to hear that. By the way, I've muted, I think that personal thing. I didn't understand anything. I don't know about others. Okay. Chalo. So I hope all of you understood the concept. Each and every conceptual clarity went inside your head so far. Yes or no? Yes, everyone? Yes. Okay. Now, having summarized, the document helps the auditor in determining the areas considered in scope as an auditor can be seen from the last column. Are you getting it? That is what I was focusing on the last column. You have to make sure that whether that software is within your scope or not within your scope. Now tell me, if the software is not within your scope, should you utilize your time on that or you should save your time on that? Tell me, if that particular software the client is using is not at all useful to you, Should you utilize your time or should you waste your time on that? You should utilize your time. You should save your time. You should not consider that thing. But yes, making a documentation of that is very important so that in the documentation, when you will write, it is outside your scope. Next year, when you will do the audit, will you focus on that or you can completely ignore that? Tell me, everyone, when you will document this thing this year, next year, will it be saving your time or not? Yes or no? Write in the comment box, yes or no? Yes. So in this illustration, it can be seen that two applications have been considered as in the scope of audit based and financial to the audit. Having obtained an understanding of the IT systems and the automated environment of the company, auditors should now understand the risks that arise from the IT system. Given below are some of the risks should be considered. So now we are going to talk about the risks of IT environment. Now, first, we may not be able to rely upon the data obtained from the systems where such risk exists. This means all the forms of data, information, or reports that are obtained from the system for the purpose of audit has to be thoroughly tested and corroborated for the completeness and accuracy. Now, tell me one thing. Whatever the information this system is giving you, are you going to rely upon that 100% or you are going to cross check it by using your testing tools? Give me the answer. Whatever the information the client software is producing, are you going to take that information as it is or you are going to cross test it or you are going to cross verify it by using your own auditing tools? I need an answer. As it is or testing by auditing tools? You have to give me the answer. Cross verify, cross test, okay, by using your testing tools, okay. Why? Why? Tell me one thing, softwares can be easily manipulated or not? We just need a good programmer. If my client will hire a good programmer and if he will manipulate the software, whether the auditor will come to know that whether that software is manipulated or not? No. He will only come to know when he will cross check it by using his tools. Are you getting the point or not? Tell me one thing, whether the softwares can be manipulated easily or not? Yes, softwares can also be manipulated. Whether my client can pay a lot of money to one programmer and he may tell to, okay, let me give you one example. Suppose, what is the journal entry for purchases, everyone? Journal entry for purchases is purchases to creditors. Right or not? Purchases, account debited to creditors. Am I correct or not? It means, frankly speaking, my purchases account in the trading account should be increased and creditors account in the liability side should be adjusted. But suppose the client has made such kind of adjustment in a software that instead of going to the creditor in the balance sheet, it is going to the unsecured loans. Instead of going to the creditors in the balance sheet, it is going to the unsecured loans. Can anybody tell me why my client might have manipulated this software? For what purpose? मेरे क्लाइंट ने ये सॉफ्टवेयर को मैनिपुलेट क्यों किया? What can be the reason behind manipulation of this software? Instead of the amount going to the creditor's account, it is going to the unsecured loans. What can be the reason? Does he want to show more creditors or does he want to show less creditors? Tell me, everyone. Does he want to show more creditors or less creditors? I need an answer. Less creditors. So, okay, Devadarshini, please tell me what can be the reason. Why he want to show less creditors? What can be the reason he wants to show the less creditors? Tell me. Because he does not want to affect his current ratio, everyone. What is the formula of current ratio? Tell me, everyone, what is the formula of current ratio? Current assets divided by current liabilities or not? Yes or no? If the creditors will be more, it means current liabilities will be more. And if the current liabilities will be more, whether the current ratio will go up or go down? Tell me, whether the current ratio will go up or go down if he will show the creditors more. Quickly, guys. Why are you so much delaying? It's a very simple technical answer. It goes down. Now, when it goes down, please tell me what will happen if the loan renewal is taking place in the bank. Banker will renew your loan or banker will reject your application. If there is a low current ratio, yes, that is the reason. I hope all of you understood the connection. I hope all of you understood the connection. Yes or no? Yes, that is the reason my client have manipulated this software. So tell me, should I take that information as it is or should I cross verify? Cross verify. That is the first kind of risk the client may have. Right or no? Point number two. Secondly, we will not be able to rely upon the automated controls, calculations, accounting procedures that are built into the application. Additional audit work may be required in this case. In simple, they are saying that don't be 100% dependent upon the calculations, automated controls, and accounting procedures that are built into the application. Make sure that additional work every time it is required. Third point, due to the regulatory requirement of auditors to report on internal financial controls of the company, the auditor also may have to be modified in some instances. So these are the three precautions which they are saying that the auditor shall take. What are the three precautions the auditor shall take? Precaution number one, he should not rely upon the data produced by the computerized system automatically made by the client. Point number two, we should not rely upon their automated controls, calculations, and internal controls very easily. We have to do the additional thing. Point number three, due to the regulatory requirement. Now tell me, what do you mean by regulatory requirement? As per section number 143, everyone please tell me, do you agree or not? As per section number 143, subsection 3, do we have to directly give one point on reporting on internal financial control systems or not? There is one special point on reporting of internal financial control system. Yes. So regulatory requirement means what? Is it optional for me to report or is it mandatory for me to report? As an auditor, it is optional for me to report or mandatory? It is mandatory. And something which is mandatory, do I have to be gross negligence in that? Or do I have to be very careful in that? Tell me. Something which is mandatory on me, something which the law is forcing me to report upon, do I have to be gross negligent in that or do I have to be very much careful in that? I have to be very much careful in that. So in that case, should I 100% rely upon the controls of my client or should I do the my audit? Yes, I have to do the my audit. Clear everyone? Yes. So these are the three precautions they are telling you to take. Precaution number one, precaution number two, and precaution number three. Clear everyone? Yes or no? In all the above scenarios, it is likely that the auditor will be required to obtain more evidence and perform additional work. The auditor should also be able to demonstrate how risks were identified and what audit evidences were obtained and validated. Here, we should remember that as complexity, automation, and dependence about the business operations on IT system increases, the severity and impact of IT risk too increases. Accordingly, the auditor should apply the professional judgment in determining and assessing such risk, plan the audit response appropriately. To mitigate the above risks and maintain the confidentiality, integrity, availability, and security of data, companies implement IT controls. Let us learn about various IT controls in more detail. Clear, everyone? So, types of IT controls. What are the three types of IT controls? First one is general IT controls. Second one is application IT controls. And third one is IT dependent IT controls, right? So, what do you mean by general? What do you mean by application? And what do you mean by IT dependent controls? So, I think if we will spend evening class, we should be in a position to do it. So, everyone, do one thing. Let's take an off now because if I'll start this, it will not be useful for you to have a some portion now and some portion in the evening. So evening may we are going to start with what? We are going to start with the types of controls in an automated environment. Clear everyone? Okay. So I'll see you guys in the evening. Thank you so much for coming for the class. I'll see you in the evening and evening 7 o'clock as it is we are going to meet. Okay. चलो, तो we are going to start in the evening the new topic that is called types of controls. Clear everyone? चलो, bye bye everyone. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Good day. Good day.
Thank you.
Have a nice day, everyone. Good day. Bye bye. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much.